So we're sitting here with Bang Tango, or two-fourths half of Bang Tango.
Better half.
The better half, yeah. Joe Estate, Lance Eric.
You got the two guys that really matter here. Those other guys. Hey man, what the? Is that your friend? I mean, what the?
Sorry.
You gotta make noise over there, man?
Yeah.
It's not that. He just
My
almost
bad.
knocked over a whole music rack. We just started.
All right, just
Everybody, look at me.
keep it going.
Look at hold your applause till later.
He wanted the attention to come from over here to over
Obviously,
there.
when I said he likes the other guys, because when we said the better half, he almost started throwing shit around.
He's a big Scott fan.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, the other guys are on the East Coast, and we're out here more in the West, out here in Phoenix.
Right. And they are?
Trent Anderson on drums, great drummer. amazing
Cool
drummer.
cat.
Yep, absolutely. Scott LaFlamme on lead guitar. He's our newborn. I mean, really, he's still got this shit all over.
He's still got the, and the cord?
Oh, yeah, dude.
But is the cord attached to you or Lance?
No, it's his guitar strap, bro.
Oh, gotcha.
Makes it 2 minutes.
Oh, so I get
It's a
it, Lance.
double
You're gonna sit down, you're
entendre.
gonna be quiet.
No,
You're usually loud and obnoxious.
Just say yes and let's move on.
I'll pull out some obnoxious stuff.
See, it works.
All right, you got your new CD here, Pistol Whipped in the Bible Belt.
Yes, we do.
Dude, where did the name come from?
It actually came from a buddy of ours, believe it or not. We met this guy a long time ago in the South, and his name is Johnny Blade. And he's not like, I know it sounds funny, but he's like, Johnny Blade, it's whatever, you say his name and somebody will go, I don't know that guy. And you look over, he's got another name. He's got like different names and stuff.
He's like 17 names.
Yeah, he's got like 17 names, but yeah. And he's a strange cat. But when I started talking to him, for some reason, I was relating to what he was saying. And he was throwing things out at me. Next thing you know, he threw some songs at us, and he's also in a fantastic, amazing band called Player Commander. And, and we jived. And so it was like, baby, I know just how you felt, being pistol whipped in the Bible Belt. So,
I just figured Lance slept with somebody's daughter. They came in after the show.
now, the title of the CD has nothing to do with it. I mean, I'm sure that happened. But,
Yeah.
we've all
Which
slept with
time,
somebody's daughter. I hope. Well, there's some of us who haven't.
Right.
Go ahead.
And great graphics. Love the graphics.
Yeah,
Of the-
we were very, very fortunate. It was kind of like a very incestual thing because my vocal coach, her name Lisa, my vocal coach, and her brother is the artist.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he happened to be doing art, and we went to an art showing, and I love art. It's especially Lance loves this stuff. So
I didn't know they considered Penthouse art.
They do.
Or swing.
Yeah, actually,
no.
they do. Most countries.
He's like, I go, have you seen the artwork? Down in Greenwich Village, or if you go to New York, or if you're in Europe, you see great art. And he goes, have you seen Jugs? Of course, we all have.
Yeah, he's a good artist. He's a great artist. He was doing all this artwork in there, and we were like, dude. And I started throwing some ideas at him, of cover ideas.
Right.
He was like, dude, I can do that. And he just sat there on his laptop and just kind of freehanded.
On the laptop.
Yeah, it's like, it's a screen with a laptop. With a
He started building things. The guys.
Oh, so this isn't like just a hand sketch?
No,
they did.
it's right on his laptop, man.
Oh, wow.
This guy's amazing.
He
You open it up, it's a
draws,
poster of just, there's a ton of things going on there. It's like an old school
Right.
album where they pull out and you can sit there and just look at and find little details here and there. There's
Actually,
tons of
we're
stuff going on.
we're actually going to be putting out an old school album. Finally.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that'll be the.
Of course, we need to be able to get a copy so we can stick it up on the wall.
Of course, man, your family.
All right, so some of the reviews I read were amazing, kicks ass, love it.
Oh, really?
The bass makes me horny.
Really? You heard that? That's
I,
awesome.
I said that.
Is he still?
Yeah, no, these were things that I read online about the review.
Is he-
Yeah, he's kind of making faces behind you.
Whatever. I can tell you right now, this whole freaking mystery of Bigfoot is stupid.
And I have a friend of mine.
My friend in Bigfoot, he wears sunglasses. I knew it.
Goony boo hoo.
Go ahead.
I have a friend of mine who doesn't like it when 80s bands come out with new albums. But he said he asked me if I heard your album, and I haven't heard it yet. And he said, dude, you have to, because this thing is amazing.
Oh, wow.
It's phenomenal.
Well, we didn't have any formula. We just we're a bunch of guys, and we go, you kind of look at it like this. I see where your buddy's coming from. It's like, oh God, what are they doing, dude? It's, hello. And I see that. But then at the same time, I never looked at myself as an 80s band, nor did I look at myself as a 90s band, nor do I look at myself as a current band or a past band or a classic band. I always look at it like when you're going forward to make new music, and if you're gonna put it out in a media format like that is, then you got to look at it like, hey, man, I'm a director, I'm a producer, I'm an actor, I'm a guy who does movies. So every time I do one, every 5 years or whatever it is, then every time I get enough money in my hat, then I look at it like, well, then let's make a new movie. It's gonna still sound. It's good. Like if you see a Scorsese movie, you're gonna see the obvious tones of Scorsese.
Right.
If you're gonna see, a
Farrelly
Brothers movie,
line.
if you're gonna see a Farrelly Brothers movie, you're ready for some comedy. Okay.
Right.
If you're gonna see, if you're gonna hear a Bang Tango album, it's gonna have my voice, so it's gonna have that raspy tone.
Right.
It's the same thing.
Right.
People always go, well, it really didn't sound like the first one. Well, I don't know. I like the new one. But I like that third one.
Has it ever bothered you to be lumped in to the 80s hair metal? Because you guys really don't play that kind of music.
Well, no, if you guys want to know the honest truth of how we ended up in there, and the original members, we were like, they'll say the same thing. It's pretty funny because when our band came out and we, we're like, when our band first got together with Mark Knight and myself, Mark being the guy that called me up and said, come out to LA and do the whole thing and start this whole thing and everything. And then they had other band members from an original band they had. And some of those guys left and new guys came in, and we created what we call Bang Tango, meaning we created it, meaning I created it, Mark created it, you know what I mean? And Kyle, of course, and the other Kyle and all the guys. And we, Nucleus, the formula. But what came down to it was this. Like, what do you like? Hanoi Rocks, Aerosmith, bro. What do you like? I'm into Rush. I'm into this, right? But none of us ever came across going, well, we're like into this or that, because, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to be 49 next, soon, and it's like
6 years from now.
Yeah. So, and you look at it and I go, well, I'm the same guy, the same age as some of those guys, I'm the same age as Tommy Lee, you know what I mean? Or one of those guys. So why would I be so up on what they have, you know what I mean? Makes sense. So, hence...
You guys just came together and played what felt good to you.
Yeah, but
Without
it's funny.
trying to-
Now, here's where the flip side is. How'd you guys end up here with people like, here's my band thinking Chili Peppers, The Cult, Southern Death.
Well, you
Cult.
guys were doing a funk bass line way before it was popular.
I know, but what
Chili
happened
Peppers were
was
doing
we
it
got a
and-
record deal. We got a record deal, and none of us guys had ever been in a magazine in our lives, right? So then we get this record deal. We're a bunch of young kids, and we're like, man, why are people comparing us? Like, we're not like Warrant, and no offense to those guys, they're great guys, great music. All these bands, XYZ or Warrant, Chip Boy, you've got all these different Great Whites, all these bands, and I'm going, man, I don't even know anything about those bands.
Right.
I still don't know jack about a lot of them, And I'm going... But then we were in New York, and we were out there doing something for our record, and they said something about us being in a magazine. We all went down to the store, and we didn't know. And we opened up this magazine, and sure enough, there's a full-page picture of us, and then a full-page picture of Poison. And we're like going, man, we're not like that. And then we all looked at each other and go, wow, dude, we're in a magazine.
Yeah, but that's
we
gotta
are
be
in a
really
magazine.
cool.
This is so cool. And the guy was really good at what he did. Next thing you know, we're in the next 42 million magazines, or thousands, or whatever you want to call it. And it turned out, next thing you know, we're an 80s glam band. And I'm like, oh, really? Is that the thing I got to, carry on my back? I don't care. Because I can also like go, well, yeah, I also did Beautiful Creatures in 2001, you know?
Right.
It's like, who gives a what, you know? Really?
So, you recorded your new album,
Yeah.
and I don't know, did I read correctly that there's some guest appearances on there? Alex Grassi, is that?
Alex Grassi, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Play
Al
guitar.
and I wrote, Al and the band and I wrote the song Suck It Up. And,
Mhm.
you know.
Which, by the way, is a great song.
Oh, thanks. Well, we moved on, you know, I mean, no, we didn't move on, but we separated since then, and Al's still just a great friend of our band, but obviously he's in Quiet Riot.
Sure,
you know,
yeah.
And that's Al's thing, you know, and he's also got some new stuff coming up. But, you know, it was just a matter of, you know, we're not going to let, you know, he's going to be the guy to play the lead. So
Right, right.
We had him track the lead, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Actually, tried all the guitars.
He did. You mean the rhythms and everything?
Sure.
Yeah, where were you?
Well, that's another question.
Forward. All right, what's your favorite song on the new CD?
I don't have one yet.
No?
No, I really don't. I mean,
Lance?
Mine's Boombox Seance. I like that one. Or I
How come?
like it. I
How
like
come?
it's a good one.
Even though I
How
can't
come?
see you through his beer, yeah.
I'm sorry,
It's just different.
Oh,
I
you
mean,
one of those non-drinking people that's gonna get on my ass now?
No, but dude, you don't want to see, where do you think I get the name Naked Dave from? You really want that to happen?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Shoot, I forgot where I was. You wanna switch seats?
No.
Okay, go
It's
ahead.
close
All right, so
Walk
why,
in between two giant bears. He's a little guy, let's get him, bro. Go ahead. You've been watching too many freaking movies. Go ahead.
yeah, but mine usually have 3 letters in front of it.
Whatever.
So Lance, you were saying?
It's Boombox Seance is probably my favorite. It's just different, you know.
Mhm.
It's just it's one of the album has just something for everybody on it. There's
Yeah.
all kinds of different. There's heavy. There's the old school tango. There's some southern rock. There's
Right.
ballad on there. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff on there.
All right,
It's
so-
just that one sticks out for me.
You've been in Band Tango for 8 years now,
Something like that. I don't know.
something like
I
that?
don't keep track.
All right, so how did it come about? I mean, was this the whole, like in the movie Rockstar, you know, I'm just a regular guy who had these guys poster on my wall, and now I'm one of them. Was it the same deal? You just, some dude called you and said, hey, I'm Joe, and you're like, yeah, whatever, and you hang up on him, or?
No,
Not
actually,
even
we were
close.
just drinking buddies, and he goes, "Hey, I hear you own a bass." and I said, "Yeah," and he goes, "I need a bass player," and that was basically it. We met at my local bar I used to go to. He lived down the street. He just moved in there, but that was basically it. The club owner, good friend of both of ours, introduced us, and just hung out for probably about a month before we even talked to any kind of music.
Right. Now, this is your first big, so to speak, you have a local band as well, Fair Shame. And was this your first big shot at getting to be with a national band?
Oh,
and everything?
absolutely, yeah,
What was it like? I mean, God, teenagers all around the world, you know, they look at magazines, they wish they could be a rock star and tour and, you know.
It's definitely I consider it a blessing. You know, it's you know we're not millionaires, but it's you know something I've always wanted to do. Something I strive to do is picking up the bass at 13 years old. You know.
What made you pick up the bass? I mean, who did you see? Did you see something? Or did your mama tell you, dude, if you want to get laid, you're going to have to get a guitar?
It was the latter. It was
Yeah.
definitely getting laid part of it.
Yeah?
Obviously, I'm not the best looking guy in the world, and I wasn't in school, so I wasn't the most popular. Let's put it that way. I wasn't going to play football.
Yeah?
Well, I'm just fragile.
I